Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the summer update of my layout. Now, another part I showed you, I completely forgot. What did I show? I showed you the station area, and now, because a lot has changed in the track work, now since my last layout update, the goods loop has been completed. So as you can see there, it runs all the way around there. So this is for goods trains, and so that I can have a train that's constantly running on the layout. So as you can see, look, the train comes out from there. Down around there's a Hornby third radius curve, so they're quite smooth, fairly. Down here, that goods shed's temporarily there. Over the Y point. On here, onto the main line. Back over here. And then back to the tunnels. So that's the goods loop. What has also changed is the incline. So if you remember before, this board was angled down, but now this board has been raised up on extra struts, and along here I've built a new incline. So it's basically it uses the same system as the Hornby support system. So, but instead of buying the Hornby support system, I made this cheaply myself, just using old bits of wood that were from my old bed. Were just lying about, so I took them up, cut them up. They're at 5mm inclines. So there's a 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and so on, all the way up to 9. And they're at roughly 7 centimeter gaps. So I think that makes it a 1 in 14 centimeter, 1 in 14 incline. That'd be about right. But then this gap over here is wider to accommodate the road that's going to run under it. Now, as it is this now, it doesn't look very realistic. So I'm going to use Metcalf sheeting here. So that looks like it's a bricked embankment, and over here it's going to be an embankment that comes down and covers this bit for it to make a tunnel. And it's got the gauge master ballast underlay under it rather, so that should make it quite realistic. Then it comes along this board and along into Beacrigg Station, or I might change the name of it, I haven't decided. So it's going to be the signal box here-ish, and then here is a Pico medium point along here. Now the main reason for this was to make the platforms longer and to make a more realistic and gentle incline for the trains. And I think this is going to be the nicer part of this, the one that's going to get the most scenic attention, this part of the layout. So it should be nice. Might fit a pint watcher to this. So it's going to be, these trees will be planted. So yeah, this platform is big enough for, I think it's going to be 4 Mark 3, 4 Mark 2s, 4 Mark 1 long, and that's going to be 3 Mark 1 long. And that's how you measure platforms. Either you can measure them by how many Mark 1s or how many Mark 2 carriages. Sorry, or if you're measuring with Mark 3s, not Mach 3, that's Concorde speed. Mark 3 carriages, that's 3 Mark 3 longs and 2 Mark 2 longs. Basically, when I'm talking about Mark 3s, I mean Mark 3 length. Now these DMUs aren't based on the carriages, but they are the same length. And when I'm talking about Mark 1 carriages. I'm talking about this length, or the length of the class 101 over there. So I think that is, I've covered everything. Well, 2 parts, not bad. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll probably subscribe back to you if you're at all interested in what I'm doing here. So there'll be a lot more happening in the future. Obviously there'll be the lots of reviews as they come in. I'm also going to do a magazine month where I'll buy a copy of every magazine and review them. And then there'll of course be me building the town scene, finishing off the station, doing some proper wiring. That'll be the next major project, is properly wiring up the layout for DCC, which will be interesting because I can't run wires under the boards. I'm going to need to kind of run them as cables along the sides of tracks and hide them under stuff. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff going to be happening. So subscribe, or just add me as a friend. I'll accept, even if I don't know you. So thanks for watching.